Jabo, this is your organic strawberry farmer, aka Mr. Njoro from the Organic Strawberry Farm. This is the Organic Strawberry Show. And in this episode, we are going to learn about costing. I know you're probably wondering, how am I going to make money? How many plants do I need? What do I require? Don't worry, I'm going to tell you the mathematics, production per plant. You're probably thinking that you need a large piece of shamba to get started. And the answer is no, you don't need a large piece of shamba to get started. So I'm going to use 100 plants as a case in point example. So pens and papers out, let's write the mathematics for this. 100 plants from the runners, from us, is going to cost you 60 shillings per plant. Okay? Now, for the 100 plants, I would encourage you probably get like a pickup of manure. So what you need to do, ask around how much is a pickup of manure if you're buying. But remember this, if you know your neighbor has manure, either cow sheep or goat manure, it's always very important, just go and ask, could you kindly give me manure? You'll be very surprised, the neighbor probably wants to get rid of that manure because probably while they're storing it, they want to do something else with it. So remember, communicate, ask. After you've done that, get your labor cost, and the labor you probably need like 1 or 2 persons to do it. Besides, why do you need somebody yet you're there? I've taught you how to do it, okay? Then get your plants and you plant them. Now 100 plants on the lower side should be able to give like around 2 to 3 kgs per week. I'm using it on the lower side. And let's say one plant is giving you like what? 9 fruits. So if one plant is giving you 9 fruits, but you find that a pannet will probably feel like around, let's even use small to medium-sized fruits, feel like around 20 fruits. There's a mathematics that you have to do there of cross multiplying. Okay? Once you've done that, you'll get how many pannets you're able to get from 100 plants. But because I have done it, 100 plants will be able to give you like around 12 pannets. In kgs, that is 3 kgs. Because and these pannets are packed in the 250 gram pannets. Now we like using 250 gram pannets because of this simple mathematics. On one hand, you have 2 500 gram pannets. On this other hand, you have 4 250 gram pannets. By virtue of visualization, which looks more? The 4 250 gram pannets looks more. The 2 500 still making a kilo, but the 4 still making a kilo, and that's why for us we personally prefer using the 4 250 gram pannets, because that way you're able to sell in such a way that the customer at the very end will not be annoyed they're being shortchanged in terms of the value for what they're buying. So remember this, 100 plants is also a very good profitable production per plant. And remember this, after you started with your 100 plants, you'll be able to increase to even an eighth, a quarter, a half an acre, 2 acres. My policy has always been, and will still remain be, minimum input equals to maximum output. Once you learn how to actually provide fruits from the same 100 plants, there's nothing that will stop you from doing that 1 acre that you have. Or probably even go to your neighbor and tell them, hey, I want that piece of shamba, I'm going to lease it from you, because it's actually very possible for you to lease land from your neighbor. Then probably asking yourself, where am I going to sell these fruits? So what we usually do, the farmers that we have trained, we always give them access to the market. The reason we do this is because production is the same. The only thing that is different is location. And we're always very particular about this because, and it is mandatory, that every week you must send in a progress report. Through the progress report, we're able to see exactly what you're doing at your farm. And again, funny thing, one of our farmers in Laikipia, he actually asked, Njoro, where is this market? Last week I talked to him, because I gave him leads of where to sell the strawberries. He actually calls me and tells me, the biggest challenge I am having is not even about the market, it's my production that's a challenge. His first worry before he came for the training was, where is this market? Because I have fruits, but I have nowhere to sell. But things took a whole different turn of events, whereby his customers actually asking for fruits because he does things the right way, the way we taught him, okay? And you see, it becomes easier for us to give him access to the market because he's one of our students. Unfortunately, a while back, we did try giving people access to the market, but we realized I ended up spending money from my own pocket to sustain that client because the quality of the fruit was substandard from what we are producing. So don't worry, you can actually do strawberries, you can do them profitable, but remember this, the money is not just in selling the fruit itself. You can even think about doing value addition. Let me give you an assignment. Go to any supermarket or grocery shop and tell me if you're going to find strawberries dipped in chocolate being sold. And ask yourself, why aren't they being sold? And the question is, why can't you do it? What are you waiting for? In a nutshell, this is what I'll tell you about the 100 plants. So 100 plants, ballpark figure, it could actually also be less. You'll probably need like around 20,000 Kenya shillings for you to get started. That will translate to like around 48 punnets a month, which cash-wise will mean that per month you're getting 12,000 shillings. But remember this, you're harvesting your plants twice a week for the next 2.5 years. So remember, if our startup cost was like around 20,000 shillings, and this month we have made 12,000 shillings, that means by month 2, 3, we've already broken even. So I'm going to ask you, why haven't you gotten started doing strawberries? Remember, all that will happen if you take very good care of them. Do exactly what I have told you. Manage your plants properly, water your plants properly, and do not take shortcuts. I always say, nothing good ever comes easy. You need to work for it. So that's not a reason for you as a farmer not to get started doing strawberry farming. Again, so you don't need a very large piece of shamba. Tens of thousands of plants. If you can clock the 100 plants, what will stop you from doing that eighth, that quarter, that half an acre, that 10 acres? What is stopping you? So this marks the end of this episode about costing. In case you have any questions, do not hesitate to get in touch with us because our number is going to be right down at the description. And I mean, actually do this, actually encourage you to actually give us as many questions as possible. You know, you never know, you could actually have an entire series, an entire episode about the questions and answer. Why not? So, but remember this, to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And I hope you've learned so much. It has been about mind-blowing of information, but worry not. We are here. You can always find us on the Strawberry Farm on Facebook, and you can also get our numbers right there at the description. We are the Strawberry Farm. We are the organic strawberry farmers. This has been your farmer Njoro. Until next time, see you at the Strawberry Farm.